Hi there, everybody, and welcome back to another short video. This time I'm actually here in person. And one of the things that characterizes the UK, I guess, has been for many, many centuries, we allow people to think what they want, and certainly in the privacy of their houses, to express those views. That's called freedom of thought. It's essential to a free and functioning society. But when hate crime came in, and it's a very oxymoronic term to me, either it's a crime or it's not. Why do we need to have hate crime? How the word hate before it? But what it means is it allows, for example, the SNP in Scotland to bring in some of the most draconian legislation we've ever seen. Essentially, they're bringing in heresy laws. Let's look at this together and let's chat it through, shall we? So this is in the Foxhole, very good publication you should subscribe to. And a new hate crime bill was passed at Holyrood yesterday. SNP legislation passed 82 to 32, so big majority for it. And of course, a lot of people are not very happy about it. You can see the Conservative MSP, Murdo Fraser, said it's a shameful day for Scotland. The Tory spokesperson said, we strongly oppose the attacks on freedom. The Reform MSP, Michelle Ballantyne, said it was a shameful day for Scotland. And so these people have voted against it. But of course, the SNP have the big majority. So they just basically bulldoze it through. Toby Young, interestingly enough, of the Free Speech Union, said there's going to be less free speech in Scotland than anywhere else in Europe. So thanks, SNP. That sounds good. And so let's talk about then, what is it that this bill actually does? I mean, let's just for a second consider the existential threat to this. And what they've done is they've basically taken all the hate crimes legislation they've got and added in a new one, which is stirring up hatred offense, which relates to sexual orientation, transgender, but includes, religion. Wonder which one they had in mind, age and disability. Oh, I'm sure it probably means don't be making mean remarks about Presbyterians or you could end up in jail, right? And of course, this is the key point, folks. This is what I want you to look at. Echoing George Orwell's 1984, this law extends to private conversation in people's homes, not just comments made in the public sphere. This is the fundamental thing. Now, listen to the SNP, the ludicrous character Humza Yusuf, defend this. He says, there are some who believe that if racism takes place at home, that should not be prosecuted. Well, first of all, how do you know it's racism? How do you define racism, Humza? And where is your evidence that it's racism? And what business of yours is it, what people say behind their own doors? But he doesn't accept that. He says the impact's the same, even if it's behind closed doors. Regardless of where it's stirred up, the outcome can lead to a person of color, a disabled person, someone who's gay or lesbian, or an older person, or a trans woman getting beaten up, threatened with violence or rape. But hang on a second, we've got laws against all those things. It's unlawful to threaten violence or to perpetuate violence against anyone, regardless of what their background is. So all this person is doing, and what the SNP are doing, is they're seeking to control what you think and what you say in your own home. I mean, he goes on to say, in a sort of a little caveat here, that whilst the new legislation is wide-ranging, solely stating a belief is not breaching the criminal threshold. Not yet, right, Yusuf? Not yet, because it really is egregious when we see this kind of clampdown on what you say behind your own doors. Frankly, what a person says in the privacy of their own house is their business. It's not the business of the SNP. It's not the business of Humza Yusuf. None of their business whatsoever. Who are they to police our words and our thoughts? That's what they want to do, though, and that's where Scotland now is. Scotland is less free than any other country in Europe. And that's thanks to the tyranny of the SNP. The SNP has been for a long time an existential threat to the United Kingdom and also to the freedoms of the people of Scotland. And unfortunately, too many Scottish people vote for these people. So they'll probably be quite happy to be told that they mustn't think or say things unacceptable to the SNP in their own homes, because that would be my hate speech. I think hate speech is a ludicrous concept. I think we have laws, we should enforce those laws, and that's the end to it. What people do behind their own doors, however, what they say, what they think, what they express to their family, to their loved ones, to friends, that's their business. It's not the business of the SNP, but the SNP have just made what you think and what you say in your house very much their business. So what do you think about that? Do you see this as the threat that I do? Or do you think that the SNP are just very, very enlightened? Do let me know in the comments below, and we'll catch up with each other real soon.